So today we're going to be revisiting Harrier. It's been a long time since I actually did a Harrier video on this channel, and today I wanted to make this video specifically dedicated to Harrier and revisiting a second time on this channel. However, the difference here is that we're doing this on champion mode, meaning all levels are going to be a lot more difficult, our enemies will have extra buffs from their hands, but also we're going to get more rewards. Here's my Alice's stats, and without further ado, we're going to get started. Before I start, I do want to do something of a tradition here on this channel now, which is me opening all my Land of Judgment special card chests, which as you can see here, I have 102. Very casually might I add that I got these. So we're going to open 2 here, and then we're going to see what we got. Not very special, obviously, because it's just 2 cards, but now we can open all these 100 cards, and we'll see what we get. Please be a Gaian. Now we got a Kronos, which is fine by me. I also got Aldeon, I got Tyrant Belly, I still know how to pronounce this, Bellily. I got Molly, and 1 Dark Staff, which unfortunately I don't really need anymore. So it's sincerely whatever for me. Hey look, I got Command the Dark Sword. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty sure I can... Oh no, I cannot actually change dungeons here, I forgot. But it's going to be fine. It's actually funny for me to talk about revisiting this area, because I just technically revisit this area with my Uno when I wanted to play with him normally, because I wanted to do something a little different on my... when I play with him, when I was doing Road to... what was it? Road to 200k? I did play Harrier fully with him. Oh, Jesus. They fucking fart. I forgot that they explode and fart on me. So technically, for me, it's nothing too new, I would say. I have been here before a few times with Uno. So... but I still kind of wanted to make a better revisit of this area, just because I feel like this video will be more focused on Harrier. It's much better than just including Harrier in a random Road to 300k. So here we are, we're already blasting through this. It's like the first level here for us is not going to be too hard, just because my Alice is already buffed up with almost 700k with my Taint set. Normally my Alice is like 76k without the set, and here she's at 69, I think it's from what I saw. So we're going to be able to do this mostly just fine. As you can see here, I already finished the entire first area. And because we're playing champion mode, we're going to have to fight the boss Gale. Or the boss Gate. I don't know why I read Gate is Gale. I am very blind. Anyway, we're going to fight Champion Iblis, which is, granted, none of my favorite bosses in the area. It's basically just a very bad reskin. Or actually, I shouldn't say it's bad. It's a good reskin of Iblis, but nothing much to offer about it, and she's basically dead already. It's going to be like this for the first levels of this area. I unfortunately cannot really say much about the final areas here, which I'm kind of scared to see how this is going to go. But for now, this was Swampland port, very easy stuff. And now we move on to Forest of Aldeon. I actually didn't like too much of this level. These guys over here that throw rocks, they're like weird. They pick a rock, but then suddenly 4 rocks fall off. I don't know how they managed to create like the powered multiplication on these rocks, but I'm not one really to judge. Oh boy, there's Moklo. One of my I would say this guy is actually one of the easiest bosses you can fight in this area, just because he's very simple to dodge. Before the update, I think he was very weird because he could hit from behind, he could like do a lot of damage, but now he's like very simple and a little more balanced. Yeah, that guy thought he could hit me with those rocks. I am just, ooh, I forgot about the plant. Even though he could always hit people in the back, it doesn't really change much about it, honestly. That was a perfect hit if I ever saw one. Aslan is still one of my favorite pets in the game, and currently still top tier, and nobody will ever change that for me. It's biased, I know. Dodge this. Nobody dodged that. In this area, really, I think the only complicated thing really is just these plants. The plants should be like the first thing you should get rid of, and then followed by this guy, because the rocks are really annoying after a while. This guy's just really thinking I'm not going to jump for some reason. And then there's Aldeon, one of the best helmets cards for me, but as it comes to boss, he's like extremely very easy. I'm going to wait for the confusion to fall off, because it's a little annoying to deal with confusion with Savior. Confusion with Savior is like very annoying. When you try to walk back, she will like do a step, or this thing here that I forgot, which is why I really think, I don't know if it's like intentional or not, but it's like super annoying to deal with, and I don't know how they didn't fix that yet. I wish I could actually now show it on camera just to kind of give an example, but I kind of did it too fast to show. Alright, with that being said, we're moving on to Howling Gorge. It's still going to be pretty simple, but we're just going to see how it goes from here. Actually, funny story about this area. I did like one random champion run with Alice's on this area, and I ended up getting the title from this guy. I think it took me like 15 runs to get the title. I would say it's very lucky, even though this title of this area is not like the best. But any Harrier title, I think it's good enough going for. So if I got this one, so it's fine enough for me. As you can see, I already have a Harrier or Renak score title, which unluckily I had to get like all 200 runs, which I made a video about it, which I'll make sure to include at the end of the video for those who would like to see me farming for that title. I only did like 10 runs because that's how many I needed at the time. Because trust me, if I had to do like all 200 runs in a video, it would be like 5 hours long or something like that, and I did not wanted that. So I feel like the 10 runs would have been much better than just doing all of them. Specifically how I've been doing like off screen, so it's not like I had the option to do that anymore. These enemies aren't exactly the hardest one, which by the way, they nerfed the shit out of these balls now, and that makes me so happy. They're like so much slower, they don't stay in too long. Before they go like all the way to the map and they were like super fast. It was really annoying to deal with, but now it's so easy, and you can't see it, but I have a smile on my face. Actually, technically you can see it because my avatar has a smile on my face. I almost got hit by the poison there. It's going to be very bad. The thing here with area as well, I am doing very good damage, and I'm being able to do it some good work out of it. But also, just be advised, and I'm not going to test it out too much yet, possibly one hit of these guys will take me like maybe 10% of my HP, so I do need to play a little careful here with these guys. Except for this boss, all I need to do is just this, and oh, okay, never mind. Aslan to the rescue! There you go. I think if I did my third skill, it would have been better. But anyway, we're gonna fight Iblis here again, which for some reason she spawned all the way over there. But that doesn't stop me from just pressing D and winning. The D key is your best key. I just realized how wrong that was, but whatever. We did another level done. We're doing this very fast. I feel like now it's gonna be a little bit complicated, so we're gonna see each other on the next area, which is Ravenous Plunderer's Land. Back then when I was playing this map a lot, this one was actually pretty tough. Like, I really didn't like this level too much. Back then, I didn't have too much tame resistance with me, and the enemies here would just hit me hard. There's this lich as well that's like very annoying. The slimes actually explode as well into these balls. I was kind of prepared for it, but I didn't saw it, so I was like, wait, did they remove that? But nope, they still included it in there as a small little surprise for me. There's this harpy as well. The harpies are actually a little cheesy. They can kind of cheese you a little bit, at least back then they kind of did. I don't know if they still do. Oh yeah, this guy also has a very annoying attack, which funny enough, I feel like before the update I feel like that would like take like half of my HP, but now it didn't even take like 20. I think I'm not very good with graphs and stuff like that, so it didn't really take too much damage. That's like what I'm trying to say anyway. Thank God they kind of nerf Harrier like that. Like, it was so annoying to just get one tap and then all your health is just suddenly gone. Even when you have like your characters build up like that. I thought it was going to time the fall perfectly, but I didn't. Hold on, I am throwing. Never mind, I'm not. So yeah, that nerf really helped out immensely with the exploration of Harrier. Although unfortunately, I feel like nowadays Harrier kind of fell off. There's not really much of a reason to do it other than maybe runes and cards. But even then, like, I don't feel like most people will always go for Harrier as their first option for those things. Specifically how there's better ways to farm for these sort of things. But yeah, that's just kind of just me. If I had to like recommend people play Harrier, it would be mostly just for how the levels are and not because it has like cool stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, I shouldn't be saying this. There's also the titles, which I keep forgetting that they're a thing. Anyway, Iblis is dead. I think the only reasons people play Harrier is because cards, runes, and mostly titles, I guess. Even though like runes and cards is like very complicated to get, I would say, just for drops. I don't personally play anymore because I don't need to, for the most part. I only play it for fun. And ironically, we're reaching an area that is not all that fun. We're approaching Skyward Approach. I remember with my Uno, I kind of struggle a little bit on this area, but it's still fine. Thankfully, my experience with my Uno, I almost said Lass, because for some reason I have something with Lass all the time. My experience with Uno will probably remind me of some things here that I need to keep care of, like the mushroom here, who fucking throws spores at me, and it has a very interesting range. You explode, you don't explode, that's fine. When I first played this area, I actually don't recall if I had too much troubles with it. Actually, I think I didn't have too much trouble here. I don't know, it's been like a long time. I think at that point I kind of had like some decent build stuff in there. I sincerely don't remember. Editor, if you can find the Harrier video and see how much team resistance I had at the time, that would be very appreciated. Oh, that guy had... Oh, okay, never mind. That guy had debuffs for... I thought he didn't have it. I was about to be like, did I activate a champion mode? I forgot. So yeah, back then it was definitely like more complicated to get. Specifically, team resistance, I would say. We didn't have too many good cards for that. And the game like required a lot of it. And it was just not... it was not fun to get that many, I would say. Specifically, at the time... resources were very limited. I think the only card that actually gave like decent Harrier stats were the boss from the other level that I just finished. Maybe another enemy from one of the first levels, which I forgot. Actually, Aldeon, we had Aldeon back then. And we also had the runes as well, but honestly, farming for runes is like very complicated, I would say. But anyway, we got this boss right here, which I always think is going to be difficult, but all I need to do is just this, and he just fall off. It's a very easy boss. I know it's because I have... Oh yeah, I forgot that we also had ginger boss here. I know it's because my Alice is buffed up, but like I also did this with my Uno, and he like obliterated the enemy completely. And he's like 300k. I still kill him, so like a kill is a kill for me. Kill a kill. Holy shit, it did a reference. And now we're moving on to where the levels kind of get a little complicated. Glacial Valley of Zalos. I personally would say back then this level was like one of the hard one out there. But after playing with Uno, I really couldn't help to be happy that this level was like absolutely nerfed. There's like this one enemy that throws like a electric ball of some sorts. Back then, that attack will like leave you stunned for maybe 5 seconds or 10, and you couldn't do nothing but counter, and you just cannot move, you can do anything. You're just like, you had to sit there and take all those hits that people were throwing at you, which keep in mind, back then they were hitting you for like 30% HP per hit, so you most likely die the second that ball hits you. I'm obviously talking about that one, which I'm really gonna hit you. I wanted to get hit by it, but like it disappeared right as I like touch it. But yeah, they nerfed the shit out of that thing now, and it's like so much better to fight on this level. I'm pretty sure you don't get stuck anymore, you just kind of take continuous damage. As far as the last time I remember, which I did it with my Uno. I do want to get hit by it just so I can vouch for it. Yeah, now you can hit and you get like a lot of continuous hit from it. It's so much better. Oh Jesus, I'm getting gangbanged. It's not as good when you just get gangbanged by it. Obviously I got ambushed by like the worst of those enemies. That guy, I couldn't read his name unfortunately, but I would say that guy's like the worst one of the bunch. He's like super fast, he has so much things he can do, which also he has a attack that basically slows you, which is just like absolute bonkers. I forgot the... Oh, hey, come down now, son. Dude just casually did like big wave. Okay, I actually should stop messing around here because now these guys are actually getting a little complicated. With everything set up, we're now moving on to Zalos. One of my favorite bosses for some reason. I just really like his design. And it's also like extremely easy, I would say. I can personally say it's easy because I play like the shit of... I play like a lot against the other boss that it's from our community that I forgot his name. But he has like... It's basically that reskin of that guy. I can't believe I forgot his name. Like it's been so long that I forgot all of his names. But I play a lot against the guy that he's based off. So I kind of know how to work against him. So we're moving on to Rofnus Snowfield Center. Another kind of complicated area, I would say, mostly because of the enemies. The boss in itself is like pretty simple. Also played a lot against the version of that boss, and wow, look who I just find like frame 1. How you doing, dude? You heard me say how much I hate you, so obviously you had to come to the video and look at me. Anyway, it was nice talking to you. See you at hopefully probably in the other level. This level, it's like I said, it's not the hardest, I would say. The boss is like pretty chill. Pun intended. What makes it like difficult for me is definitely the enemies. The enemies have like big AoE, they kind of have like broken hitboxes. Like those blue balls that I really want to say fireball, but they're not fireballs in here. They kind of have like a very weird AI, but that's just kind of how the enemy are. There's the shield guy that can like parry like frame 1, which is really annoying. There's also this guy, which can be a little tough if you cannot kill him fast, unlike me. Which, by the way, I just want to say, these guys probably had the best reskin on the entire Harrier. I don't know why, it's a very simple one. I really like the colors of it. It's just so, it looks so cool looking for them. It looks pretty stylish than the other version of it. Anyway, it's time for you to go. Wow. I'm not even going to talk about what happened there. That's a classic Grand Chase moment there. We also have these guys right here, which have a very annoying attack. They kind of nerf it, actually. Yeah, as you can see there, the ice comment goes like a little slow at first. They still kind of hit you with like a truck. It's now a little more easier to dodge. Although I was giving praise for these guys, but now unfortunately I kind of have to give like comments on this guy right here. It's basically the guy from Chenya, but like he got like basically no fucking changes whatsoever. I would say that one's kind of personally not my favorite reskin out there. The ones that's like too simple for enemies that were like, I would say, very memorable. I would say it's the worst reskins personally. Anyway, speaking of reskins, we got Rofnus. My guy stayed on ice for too much, and he's now blue, and he's also dead. I feel like I should have changed characters here, but you know what? I'm all in for it because they used to kill me so much back then. If anything, this is like karma. And now we're moving on to Harrier first line of defense. Is where things kind of get a little tricky, and I believe this was this last level of the second part of Harrier that they introduced. One of my favorite levels, for some reason. I really hated this level back then because it was just so annoying to deal with zero resistance and like enemies being able to hit you super hard. But I don't know, for some reason I really enjoyed this area. Probably because it's very chill compared to the other areas. Believe me or not, this level I wouldn't say it's like the hardest one out there. I did end up getting the title of this level, I think, after like 100 runs, unfortunately. Dodge that one. But you know, I did kind of enjoy this level a lot more than I would imagine. And yeah, like you can see here, this girl right here is probably the reason why I don't enjoy this one too much. Because she can heal herself and she can transform you into a little ball, if I recall. Which, if she has super armor and had all those things because champion mode, she could be like basically invincible. She can like cast shield, you break the shield, you do damage, she heal, and then she heals herself for full health, by the way. And you just kind of get stuck on the loop with that girl. A little bit of an annoying character, I think she's like the only problem here, but she doesn't really have too much defense as far as I remember. Specifically nowadays, like she goes very quickly. Oh yeah, she also has this, which is just as annoying as still, because it lingers on the area for a long time actually. I need to be careful there because I know for a fact that Cyclops was gonna like hit me even though he was dead. I also see we got a new elite boss right there waiting for me. Okay, alright, you guys can chill out already, please. I'm not feeling this one actually. Just gonna do this. That guy, I wouldn't say is that bad. He looks bad at first, but like you just kind of need to keep a distance. Now we're moving on to my favorite boss. What's his name? It's Zakar. That's right, I forgot. How could I forgot? This guy's card is like one of the more important cards in the game. And he's kind of dipping me here, but there you go. He would normally do another danger attack when he's with his HP is low, but because I kind of cheesed with Aslan, he didn't do his next attack. Also, I love how he just kind of he explodes. I'm sure I would understand if I read the story, but I just kind of love that he explodes. As I said on my Uno video, he lost once, literally fucking dies. Now that I realize, I don't like how his fire and explosion is normal fire when he has like literally green fire all around him. So I don't know what's up with that. They should have made it green now that I think about it, but like it's not a big deal, so it's whatever. Speaking of being mean, middle bridge post. Now here is where the levels start to get a little bit tougher, I would say. Literally every character in here has at least a projectile. As I said that, we've got Drakas, one of the bosses with the most projectiles, I would say. I think every attack he does is like a projectile. So it's gonna be a problem. So, but I will try to remember my knowledge with Uno, because I did got some cool, funny moments with Uno, which I'm not gonna. Oh, there it goes. I just had to mention, didn't I? The editor, if you want to show that, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, you show them the video at the end they can watch that shows all of my shenanigans with Uno. That was at 300k. And considering how the developers, what the fuck was that? But yeah, this is kind of why I don't like this area. As you can see, like every enemy has at least one projectile out here. That guy also has a tornado, which is very annoying, and once he starts spinning, you just kind of need to get out of the way. Who else has an annoying projectile? The Paradooms actually kind of have an annoying one, just because of the hitbox, if anything. I didn't have a way to do that, so I'm just gonna improvise with that. And there we go. I think that, no, I was gonna say the eye one doesn't have a projectile, but he does have one. It's just kind of a little weird, you need to be a little close to it. Does that qualify as a projectile now that I think about it? It's kind of like an explosion more than anything. I'm gonna say this is a projectile, just in case. Hey guys, how you doing? Take this lance, thank you, goodbye. You know what they say, when you face a spammer, you spam them back with the projectiles. Now here is the Paradoom mini-boss. And I do need to be careful with it because I do remember that I was like reminded of how much of annoying this guy is. His projectiles can be a little devastating, so I'll need to be careful. I somehow managed to avoid that completely, which was pretty nice. Dude literally just spawned on his shield on my Alice's. And here we got the boss of this area. Literally just projectile bullshit. Although I would say, well, he's dead already, so never mind. I would say I do think this guy's redesign was the best one of them all, just because that guy just has so many details on it that I don't know why they went hard on that one, but who am I to judge? More designs like this, please. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, also, weird thing, he's the only guy that doesn't have a 2D portrait. Like everyone else is like 2D, well done drawing and everything. This guy is like a 3D model. I don't know why they did it like this. I don't know if they couldn't like redesign based on the original picture, which would be kind of weird if they haven't done it, but I kind of want to see like a 2D version of this just to see how he will look like it, because I think he will look sick on it, but the 3D just looks a little weird, I would say. Like in comparison to this looks like majestic. A chef's kiss, I would say. I wish I could have said this to the level, because we're going to Harrier Fortress, which is not a good level, I would say. Not because it's difficult, not because it's easy, I just kind of think it's boring. It's more of the same before, but like the projectiles are a little more restricted. And they also have the caravels elves, which I don't enjoy them too much. I think they're like very broken. They were broken back then, obviously, don't get me wrong, but now in Harrier they're like even more broken. And also have to deal with Zurka, which it's just a treat to deal with that guy. So I'm just gonna deal with you over here already. You're lucky I didn't have. You're lucky I had my cooldown. I can't even speak. My cooldown. Yeah, look at that. That's why I don't like it too. That attack has like some invincibility frames. Like just kind of can be a little annoying to deal with, but whatever. At least we do have the Highlander over here, which I would say the red colors of it looks really cool. Okay, now I'm poisoned because of that masked dude. I don't know why they made like every attack of his just amazing. I don't know why they made all of his attacks make you poison, which is kind of just annoying as well, but everything here is like a convenience thing. Like, oh, you're now poisoned or cursed or whatever. That's just how Harrier works. Like, there's no explanation to it, it just happens. Which, honestly, it's why I stopped caring about it too much. If it happens at this point, it happens. I don't care. If you don't finish a void in 5 minutes and you die, there's probably a reason to it, but don't question it too much. If you know why, then feel free to put in the comments. But, like, I sincerely have no idea why after 5 minutes pass, you just die. They never really elaborate on why. Which I think is... I thought you were going to do a tornado on me. Oh, whatever. You're dead now. Those sort of things just happen now because Harrier, or that's how the developers want to now, which is kind of weird. Alright guys, calm down. Calm down, guys. No need to do it all at once. I am one Alice's on a mission. Here's Charon. Also, I forgot to talk about this design of Thanatos. I personally don't really like this one too much. It looks a little weird. I guess because I always see Thanatos in there, even though it says Champion Titan Druid. I think that's what it says. Cool design, obviously, and everything, but like, I do like the colors. That's all I'm gonna say. Now we're moving on to Hatchery of Revival, one of the second to last levels of the area. This level is going to be basically a breeze for me because I've been farming on this level a lot, so I kind of know all the strats, and I'm very much used to this area specifically. That and the last level, which I guess it is to be expected because those are like the bigger values you can farm for. As you can see right here, I got 2 cash outs, which sadly this doesn't mean anything. Like, I do get a lot of coins here, but like as far as I remember, you don't get too much GP in here at all, which is very ironic. How the only way you can get money in this game is like selling stuff, but not clearing stuff. I think Grand Chase kind of needed something to like increase, something to like get money fast, whether just like, you know, increasing the GP value of levels like Harrier, or just literally creating an area where you get like GP or anything like that. Because like a lot of the games nowadays I feel like have that, right? Genshin has the ley lines, which allows you to get money. I was playing recently King of Fighters All-Star, which they also have this like money dungeon that gives you like a shit ton of money. So I don't know, I feel like specifically for a game like Grand Chase, which we like waste more than gain, I feel like it would be nice to get something like that as well. Just do something like maybe 3 times a day, or maybe requires tickets as well. It could definitely be a new event. Maybe the circus, actually, they could like increase GP gains on circus, just because I feel like it would also make sense. But I don't know, maybe just having a new event for that would have been also pretty nice as well. New limited dungeon event where you farm for GP and that's it. Or maybe King Slime as well could also be that event. I feel like either words would have been like very helpful to just get money basically. Anyway, I'm just gonna just deal with this guy real quick. Can I get a card? No, that's fine. So yeah, meanwhile we're doing here like the hardest levels in the game, but like we get zero GP in return. I almost said more. Classic Genshin player mistake. Anyway, just gonna kill Titan Dune. And he's dead. And now we're moving on to the big boy, the big tree, the big man, Harrier Fortress core. With 450k was recommended and only 30% tame resistance. So you guys, they only recommend 30. You don't need to get like the 100 that people were talking about. You guys are crazy. Only 30% is enough. Source, trust me guys. I am a professional. It's so funny to give 30% as a recommendation. Well, on this level, the tame resistance is like 100% debuff. Let me see. Yeah, 42%. Basically 100% debuff. So getting like recommending people to get only 30% is crazy. But there are some like tricks here that makes like this area very easy. As you can see here, I'm already doing the gargoyle glitch. But essentially, if you hit the gargoyle before they fly away, they kind of get like cannot fly. I guess you kind of just break their wings or something like that, and then they just cannot fly around the area. Like I'm going to show it again, like if I just do this, see, they kind of just fall off and they can never go back up again. And you cannot do this glitch if they have super armor, which kind of makes sense. But it is like a bug that kind of helps out, like just make the exploration here a little more easier. Because this area is a little annoying to deal with for the majority of the time. Which to be fair, it is Harrier's last level, so of course it would be difficult. Dodge that mist, which also, yeah, they don't become a threat for like the entire area. So as long as you stay above and like don't interact with them, you're basically safe. Specifically, how these gargoyles have like kind of a broken hitbox, if I recall. Actually, no, I think they kind of fixed that, but they do kind of still hit hard. And finally, we're back here at Harrier's or Renak's core. Actually, I was about to say Renak. A very interesting boss, I would say. Nowadays, I don't think this guy is too hard. Specifically, once you figure out the patterns and whatnot, this guy's like pretty easy to deal with. All you have to do is just kill these 2 plants here, and you're basically good to go. But the problem is the more bars you lose, the kind of the stronger he becomes. So I'll actually be curious here to see how much damage my Alice's can do here at full power, because it's been a while since I've done this with my Alice's. Basically, 80% of his health is gone. Which is kind of a bad thing, actually, because now I have to deal with this. And this attack here is not fun to mess around with. Just because you can kind of do that, and... Hold on, I need to see what he's doing. Woo! I use a potion to just be safe, because that attack is like... It has a weird hitbox. Try and kill you as fast as possible here. We're just gonna chill around here with this plant body, and that should be game. There we go. Could have done it without the potion. I just literally like potion panicked, but it's whatever. It happens really. Can never be too careless with this area specifically. And we should be able to do Dune here for a second. Goodbye! There we go. Wow, his hair! Anyone saw that? I think either his hand or his head just kind of clipped to the hair. It was weird. My eyes! And just like that, we've revisited the entirety of Harrier. What took me like maybe 2-3 hours, like in 3 parts together, I finished them all in like 40 minutes or something like that. It was fun to revisit it. Like specifically now after I got much stronger, I got more wiser of the levels, and that Harrier is now much more easier to navigate through. I still remember how back then, like, if you like make one mistake anywhere, you're basically done for. And I still kind of think it is like that nowadays. I remember my gameplay with Uno. I still kind of get like a hit or two, but I feel like now it's slightly a little more generous than before. You can kind of see that it's become a little more smooth and a lot more less threatening to deal with Harrier. Unfortunately nowadays you can't even farm like back then. Like you could just play the area, fight the elite boss, and then leave, which then you'll be able to get like a lot of rewards from the chests because you just get so many of them. They kind of fixed that, and now you have to actually beat the level, which makes it a little slower, but I suppose it's still a very good farm. I would say it's very easy to get runes there. It's possible to get cards. It's still viable, I would say, to get these chests and get these cards or runes that you collect. It's just a little annoying because the runes you get from this is not very guaranteed. Sometimes you can get good things, or sometimes you get nothing, which the majority of times for runes you basically get nothing useful. And also there's the titles, which I would say Renak's score is still one of the best ones out there, just because it gives like 10% extra damage to everyone. So for instance, if somebody has the Renak's score and the incubator titles, like you can see right here, you get like 50% extra damage, which is really good, which is even better because if you don't have like the incubator's title, for instance, there is alternatives like the Harkion title, which also gives 5% damage. Also the train one, which gives also the same things, and a Q. Oh, actually no, the Pet's Revolt is basically Renak's score, but just better stat wise. Thankfully there are alternatives to these, but like having these specifically is also better just because they have higher stats than these two right here. So before I finish this video off, I did see I got some card chests from this. We're gonna just open them and see what we get. We're starting with Harrier chest number 1. I got runes, as you can see here. Like this is a good way to get runes, is basically these chests. Harrier chest number 2, I am expecting all runes again. Yep. It just sucks that it's all T2. Like I don't need tier 2 runes. I wanted like tier 4 or tier 5 for this one right here. This is not my best rune, by the way. Like if you guys want to see my best rune set, it's like this, which I still have like a tier 3, which this one is like not too shabby, I would say, but it kind of needs to be a little better. So hopefully we'll see it on my 3rd chest here if I am lucky enough. Can we finally dethrone this rune, please? No, unfortunately not. On that sad note, I'm gonna leave the video right here. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys had fun revisiting Harrier as much as I did. Feel free to put in the comments your stories with Harrier. Do you enjoy Harrier? Do you not enjoy Harrier? Do you have a favorite reskin like I had with the soldiers and all that? Feel free to put in the comments. I'll be curious to hear what you guys think of Harrier and your favorite redesigns, because I don't know, I kind of dig some of the redesigns, but obviously not all of them. If you like this content and would like to see more Grand Chase in the future, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're doing Grand Chase content here at least once a week in this channel. We're doing videos like these where I just play the level and you guys hear me ramble for half an hour, or sometimes we get something a little more different, like in this video where I made a list of characters you should be upgrading first for Grand Chase that you're probably gonna enjoy because it's a little different. Maybe not. I talk a lot there too, so if you don't like my voice, I'm sorry. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Stay awesome, stay safe, have a great farm section today, and we see each other next time. Peace out. Damn it, I forgot I did not dance at all this video. I had the perfect chance. Ah, whatever.